And now for my final video in this series of how to approach speech 4. This video will be the longest because we talk about how to link our speech together. So first of all, let's go through this by pointing out that the problem section of your speech is like its own informative speech. You actually don't need any direct links to the causes and the solutions. So don't worry about that at all. Don't worry about trying to say, oh, I need governmental problems. I need personal problems. That's not how the speech works. Problems is its own separate section. However, your causes and solutions must be linked together. Every cause you introduce must have a corresponding solution. Every solution must derive from a corresponding cause. So this is really, really important to make sure we do this. So let's take a look at an example. Now, in this example, we have some good things, but we have a lot of bad things. First of all, the good things. Up here in our problems, we have some really good problems here. We have human costs. People die. People get injured. We have financial costs, loss of property, and everybody's insurance rates go up. So these are all good problems. However, when we get to the causes, we start running into some issues. Governmental cause, the laws we have aren't strict enough. That's actually pretty decent. And then governmental, too many people can get out of their drunk driving offenses with a lawyer. Okay, I could buy that if I can support that. All right, next cause, personal cause. We don't prepare for the possibility of making good decisions. Okay, I can buy that. However, this next cause is problematic. When we drink alcohol, our body feels the effects of it. That is true. The problem is there's no way to solve this, right? This is an unsolvable cause because that's just the way bodies work. So we don't want to bring up a cause that is unsolvable. It's not going to be good when we try to get to our solutions. How are we going to solve our body feeling the effects of alcohol? There's no way to change the format of alcohol to make us not feel it. So that's just the way it is. The big problems with this outline come when we get to solutions, though. Let's go to look at solutions. Solution number 1 is beer companies need to stop advertising. All right. The problem with this is there's nowhere up here in the causes that says beer companies are advertising incorrectly. There's nothing about beer companies at all. And in your solutions, you cannot introduce a solution that is not somehow linked to your causes. So there's no link up in here for this solution here. Let's look at this solution. The government needs to make more laws about advertising. Okay, now this is a governmental solution, but it comes under the organizational area. You can't introduce something the government should do under organizations. In addition to that, this entire level is wrong because you can see I have organization here, but I have governmental up here. These should match. These should all be matching together, and they're not. Let's move on to the personal solutions now. People should drink less. Okay, I'm not saying that's a bad solution, but this solution needs to come from a cause. So where up in personal does it say people drink too much? I don't see anywhere where it says people drink too much, anywhere in my personal causes. So that means I should not bring it up in my solutions. And then buy a breathalyzer machine. Again, maybe that's a good idea, but nowhere up in the personal area does it say anything about breathalyzers or the fact that we don't have breathalyzers and therefore we should buy one down here in solutions. All of your problems and all your causes and solutions should link directly together. Now let's look at a better version of this outline. Okay, we have a much stronger outline here. As we can see, our problems remain the same, but what we did is we changed the governmental solution causes. So now we have governmental causes. The laws we have aren't strict enough. Too many people can get out of drunk driving offenses. That's the same. But now let's link down here to governmental solutions. The laws need to get tougher. It's attempted murder. Let's treat it like that. And need more zero tolerance punishment so that lawyers can't get people off. So as you can see, every cause has a corresponding solution. Really, really important. Let's look at our personal causes again. We don't prepare for the possibility of making good decisions. All right, that's the same as last time. But now we changed this one. We don't stop our friends from getting in a car drunk. There we go. That is a cause of this, and this is something that maybe we can control. So let's move on to personal. We don't prepare for the possibility of making good decisions. The personal solution is we should plan ahead. Take a bus or a cab instead of driving to a party or a bar. If you have to ask someone, are you okay to drive? They're not okay to drive. Take their keys instead of asking. That's down here for the solution to we don't stop our friends from getting in a car drunk. So these are, as you can see, matching up now. One for one. Every cause should have a corresponding solution. Everything I've just told you is in this document, Approaching the Organization of Speech for Persuasion. It talks about problems, it talks about causes, it talks about solutions, and down below it has the same outline I just showed you. So please go through this document, watch these videos, and make sure you really understand the problem, cause, solution format, because this is really, really, really important stuff. I will see you all soon. Have a great day.